This segment is sponsored by Shepherd Pratt.
Well, Shepherd Pratt has been a staple of care in the Baltimore region for more than 150 years. Their mission is to improve the quality of life of individuals and families by compassionately serving their mental health, addiction, and special education needs. So joining us today is psychologist Jason Martin. All right, Jason, so thanks so much for joining us. So talk to us about how COVID-19 has impacted those with substance abuse.
Sure. COVID-19 really has impacted our ability to treat folks and for folks to get treatment since the inception of the pandemic. Overdose deaths have really skyrocketed since the early 2000s. And in 2019, we actually had a slight dip in overdose deaths in the state. But in 2020, we've seen more than a 15% increase in overdose deaths in the state. And so we attribute it primarily to the pandemic. And it's just been really devastating for those who are experiencing substance abuse issues.
Okay, so has social media impacted how we perceive substance abuse?
It has, and it's even more so during this epidemic. We've struggled with producing memes and other sorts of social media posts that are meant to be humorous or meant to be funny, but it's been more accepting of treating people that have substance abuse issues with, all of the talk of, having wine earlier in the day or things of that sort. And so it's sort of normalized some of that behavior.
Okay, totally makes sense now. What are some ways to recognize if someone that we know may be struggling with a real substance use issue?
Sure. Probably the biggest thing is if someone is experiencing a significant change in their behavior, or if there's something that's impacting them really significantly in their life. If they're losing their job, if they're not able to wake up to go to work on time, if they're unable to function without using, that's a sign that someone has a pretty significant issue with their substance use.
Mm-hmm. All right, is there any way that we can help a family member or a friend who may be struggling?
Sure. I think right now the biggest thing that folks can do is really be supportive, reaching out to those who you think might have a substance abuse issue, talking with them, being open, being honest about your concerns, but also being non-judgmental and being there for them and saying, look, I understand you're struggling. Maybe today you're not interested in seeking treatment, but maybe, someday down the line, you might be interested in getting some treatment and getting some help. And so just being there for that person and really doing your best to reach out, particularly during these times of social isolation. It's really important that family members and friends reach out to those who they think might be struggling.
All right, makes sense. Such great advice. Jason Martin, thank you so much for joining us. Again, all the information where people can find you is there on our screen and will also be available on our website, foxbaltimore.com. Thank you again.
Thank you.